Hello and welcome to Eleni Yama Yoga. Today we are doing an easy back bend yoga flow. So we are concentrating on some beginner-friendly versions of some popular back bend poses. You are going to need 2 blocks if you have them, so please grab them and leave them by your side. And let's start by lying down on our belly and coming to Cobra pose. So make sure that your hands are just below the shoulders and lift from the back. So firstly, a low Cobra version, so don't lift too much, but engage your legs. Very importantly, engage your legs and your butt and stay here. Looking to the front, making sure the shoulders are away from the ears. If you want to go to a bit more difficult version, you can come to the full Cobra by extending your arms and still looking to the front, engaging your legs, very important to keep the low back safe. And stay here for a few breaths in whichever version you prefer, either in the high Cobra or in the low Cobra, if that one is not accessible for you. So 3 more gentle and deep breaths. And from here, release and come to your knees and grab your blocks. So we are going to do a variation of puppy pose. So make sure your blocks are shoulder width distance apart and place your elbows on the blocks. Clasp your hands, let your chest fall down, hips are just above your knees. You can put your forehead on the ground or just go as low as you can, making sure your hands are just behind your neck. And stay here for 5 deep breaths. And slowly release. Take your hands up and remove the blocks for now. And come to your 4-legged position for a little bit of a dynamic opening of your spine for cat and cow. So inhale, look up, let your belly fall to the ground. And inhale, look towards your belly, rounding your back. Inhale, look up, belly falling towards the ground, opening the front side of your body, and exhale, round your back. And 3 more of these with your own pace and your own breath. One last one. And then come back. And from here, we are going to extend the left leg, bending the left knee. And then try to grab your foot with the right hand. So extend your right hand to the back for a tiger pose. Vyagrasana. So you can stay at whichever height you prefer, extending your chest to the front and looking to the front, feeling this gentle back bend. And then slowly release, and we change sides. So we extend the right knee up, look to the front and grab the leg with your left hand. Try to find your balance and stay at whichever height you prefer, trying to open your chest and having a back bend. And then slowly release. And from here we lie down again on our belly for Sphinx pose. So this is a very easy back bend version, accessible to most people, making sure that your elbows are just below the shoulders, looking to the front, pushing away from the elbows up so that you feel a nice stretch in the front side of your body and your chest. And 3 more breaths here. Engaging the legs, as in Cobra. And then we are going to release just very slowly, letting your forehead on the ground or on your hands. And take 2 breaths to release. And then slowly come up again to Sphinx. But this time we are going to come to half frog pose, Ardha Bakasana. So take your right leg and try to grab your foot with the right hand. So you have a nice back bend. You're also stretching the quad. So the front side of your thigh is really stretched. Stay at whichever height you can. You can have the foot here up, it doesn't matter. Or you can pull it more down, making sure that your quad is stretched, but not too much. Just enough for a back bend. Three more breaths. And then release. We are changing sides, so grab your left foot with your left hand, maintaining the back bend and pulling your foot down as much as you can. And 3 more breaths. And then slowly release. From here, we are coming up on our knees again and taking the 2 blocks. So we are going to do an easier variation of camel pose, Ustrasana. So take the blocks and place them just next to your heels on the outside. Maybe your heels coming a little bit together so that the blocks are something like shoulder width distance apart. And from here, just extend the back. Take your hands on your lower back and extend the chest. Breathe in and breathe out. Come back and take your hands on the blocks. Now you can modify where you put the blocks. Make sure you are looking up and that your hips are not coming back, but they're just in line with your knees. So your chest is opening up and your hips are pushing forward. And take 3 more breaths here. You can also leave your head fall to the back. And then lift your head up and slowly come up, putting your hands on your lower back to protect it. And from here, just one more time. We are now just grabbing the right block with the right hand, pulling the hips forward again and extending the left arm to the back. Letting your head fall to the back. 2 breaths here. And then we change sides, so we come up, we grab the left block with the left hand and extend the right one just behind us, letting your head fall. Engaging the legs. And then slowly come up and come into our last pose, supported fish pose. So we are just going to put the 2 blocks so that the spine will be on one block, which is on its long side, and then the head will be on the other block. This one will be turned to the side. So we're just extending the legs and lying down on the spine, making sure it's mostly in the mid back and the upper back as opposed to the low back. And then we lie with our head on the other block, which is on the side. And we just stay here and breathe very gently. If you want to make this a bit harder, you can turn the block on the lower height so that your head is lower than your chest, or you can even remove the block and let your head fall. But this is a bit more advanced version. Just stay wherever you can today and breathe here for 5 very deep breaths. Letting your lungs fill in with air. And after your 5 deep breaths, you can take your legs, take your feet together to butterfly pose and just stay here again for 5 more breaths. So feet are together, knees are falling apart, and you just breathe here for 5 more breaths. And feel free to stay here a little bit longer if you want, but maybe just take your block back so that your back bend is not too intense. Or if you want to finish your practice, just remove the blocks and come back to seated. So this was our beginner-friendly back bend yoga flow. Let me know how you find it, if it was too difficult or too easy for you, and how your back feels after this practice. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you soon again. Namaste.